People are always searching for success, as if it is something locked behind steel gates, far removed from their present moment. They run toward opportunities, chase after wealth, strain toward love, but miss the truth entirely. For success is never a chase. It is a revelation. There is no outer door you must break open. There is only the inner door you must remember how to walk through. And that door, my dear, is a secret only to the fearful mind. But to the awakened soul, it swings wide like the gates of heaven. Jesus said, "Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it." That door is open always, but it is spiritual, not physical. It is unlocked by faith, by fearless expectancy, and by the spoken word aligned with divine law. The door you knock on with doubt will never answer. But the door you walk through with certainty has already been opened for you by God. Man must stop striving and begin aligning. When you say, "Infinite Spirit, open the way for my right success, the divine selection, the divine direction, the divine result," you are not begging for a chance. You are stepping into the success already prepared for you. You have taken your attention off appearances, off rejection, delay, or lack, and placed it where all power lies in the present assurance that, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." You see, the secret door is invisible to the senses but visible to the spirit. It appears in strange ways, in a chance meeting, in a cancelled trip, in a whisper of intuition that says, "Turn here." When you obey these signs, when you walk forward without fear, you will find yourself in the exact place where your good awaits, not by force, not by worry, but by divine right. Man must speak words that prepare the way. He must claim success before he sees it. "I walk through the doors that no man can shut," must become your mantra. For when you walk in that faith, you are not knocking on the door, you are the one it was waiting for. There are those who say, "I have done all I can and still I fail." That is because their work has been on the outer plane only. The outer must follow the inner. Success is not something you construct, it is something you uncover. The supply you need, the recognition you desire, the joy you long for, it has all been placed behind that secret door by infinite intelligence. And what is the key that opens it? Obedience to divine guidance. When you are told to speak, speak. When you are told to release, release. When you are told to wait, wait with joy, not anxiety. The steps may look foolish to the world, but to the spiritual eye they are a divine blueprint. Remember, man cannot open his own doors, but he can walk through the ones prepared by spirit. There is a way prepared. Your only task is to follow it in faith, without fear, without argument, without delay. Declare now, "I have a magical work in a magical way. I give magical service for magical pay." Then turn the knob and walk through, for the secret door is open, and no man can shut it. Most people think success is something they must earn. They say, "If I work hard enough, long enough, smart enough, I will one day achieve success." But they are chasing shadows. For true success is not built by effort. It is revealed through spiritual alignment. The harder man strives in the material world without spiritual understanding, the further he pushes his good away. Like a mirage in the desert, it vanishes the moment he reaches for it. Why? Because he is chasing the effect rather than aligning with the cause. The cause of all success lies not in outer conditions, but in man's consciousness. When man aligns his thoughts, words, and feelings with the divine pattern for his life, success flows to him as naturally as a river flows to the sea. You cannot earn what you already possess. All that belongs to you by divine right is already yours in the invisible realm. It is waiting behind the veil of appearances. What keeps it hidden is man's doubt, fear, and belief in separation. He believes that success is outside of him, to be hunted down and captured. But the truth is, this success belongs to man as part of his spiritual inheritance. It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom, not with delay, not with struggle, but with delight. But to receive, man must first remove the veil of disbelief. The law is exact. Whatever you impress upon the subconscious must be expressed in your affairs. That is why idle words are dangerous. That is why resentment, jealousy, or self-pity are enemies of success. Every thought of failure, every complaint, every worry is a seed planted in the soil of the mind. And what you plant, you shall harvest. Man must learn to garden his mind as carefully as he tends to his body or home. The subconscious mind is sensitive ground. It grows whatever is planted with feeling. Whether man sows fear or faith, lack or abundance, struggle or ease, the law does not discriminate. It simply says, "As thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee." Success cannot be earned in the way man has been taught. There are many who work tirelessly and remain poor. Others speak the right word in season and find themselves in the perfect position overnight. What is the difference? One moves by willpower, the other by divine power. And divine power is released when man stops trying to force results and instead declares the end from the beginning. To say, "I am successful," when failure seems to surround you, is not denial. It is spiritual law in action. It is calling forth the unseen into the seen. It is not pretending, it is proclaiming. You are not making something happen. You are revealing what is already true on the spiritual plane. Faith calls things that are not as though they were, and soon they are. That is the secret. Man must not say, I will be successful. That keeps his good at a distance. Instead, he must declare, I am successful, and walk in that success now. He must feel the joy of it, speak the language of it expected at every turn. For what he feels himself to be, he becomes. This is not flattery or pride, it is agreement with the truth. And when man agrees with truth, all power is behind him. There is a divine design for every soul. A perfect blueprint for success that is not copied from the world, but written by infinite intelligence before the foundation of time. When man seeks outer approval or follows the path of another, he steps away from that design. But when he says, show me the way, and listens for divine direction, he is guided step by step through the door prepared just for him. There is no competition in spirit, no fear of missing out, no race to the top, for in divine mind each soul has a place, and that place is filled with ease, joy, abundance, and right activity. When man knows this, he is no longer restless or anxious. He knows that what is his cannot be taken from him. He knows that the right doors will open at the right time, and that all is well. To align with success, man must release the idea that it comes by force. He must replace striving with surrender, not passive surrender, but powerful spiritual trust. He must speak his word, follow his intuition, and expect miracles. For the universe does not respond to effort, it responds to faith. And faith is the highest form of intelligence. The law is simple. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. The kingdom is within. And within that kingdom is the storehouse of all success, waiting to be revealed through the spoken word, the feeling of certainty, and the fearless act of stepping into what already belongs to you. The moment you stop chasing success and start agreeing with it, it rushes to meet you, not someday, not maybe, but as surely as the sun rises, for you are not meant to earn success. You are meant to reveal it. The door to success does not appear to the eyes of the anxious or the lips of the fearful. It is not found by striving or by pleading. It is a hidden door, a secret door, and it is revealed only to those who align themselves with divine law. This door is not built of wood or stone. It is spiritual, and it opens by a spiritual key. That key is a trinity: faith, obedience, and the spoken word. Without these, the door remains invisible, even though it stands right before you. Every man walks in a world of choices. He may choose to live by appearances, or he may choose to live by truth. When he walks by appearances, the world seems hard, opportunities seem rare, and progress seems slow. But when he walks by truth, he knows there is a divine plan for his life. A blueprint more perfect than anything he could design. This plan contains doors prepared just for him, doors that no man can shut, no loss can erase, and no mistake can destroy. These are not the doors of chance but of certainty, not the doors of effort but of alignment. The secret door to success cannot be found with the human will. The will may take a man to the wrong place at the right time, or the right place at the wrong time. It may lead him into laborious paths that end in frustration. But faith, on the other hand, always brings him to the appointed door at the appointed hour. Faith does not knock. Faith walks through. It does not hope the door might open. It knows the door has already been opened by the divine. To open the secret door, man must first recognize that spirit goes before him and prepares the way. When he makes this his inner knowing, every obstacle melts, and what seemed blocked becomes an open passage. The path he could not see becomes clear. A way where there was no way is suddenly revealed, not by logic, not by calculation, but by divine intelligence. He must then listen. Obedience is the second key. Many people hear the still small voice but argue with it. They delay, they question, they disobey, and so the door, though open, remains unused. Guidance may come in strange packages. A sudden thought, a dream, an encounter, a delay, all may be divine instructions. When man obeys without hesitation, he finds himself in the right place without effort. He discovers that what he needed was already prepared, waiting on the other side of the door. The third key is the spoken word. Man's word is his wand. It shapes the invisible into the visible. What he decrees, he sees. The door to success is voice activated. When man declares with unwavering confidence, I walk through the doors prepared for me by infinite intelligence, he sends a command into the unseen. And the unseen always responds, not with delay, not with confusion, but with precision. The word must be spoken as law, not as hope. It must be spoken with power, not with fear. For the word is the creative force of all manifestation. Words filled with fear seal the door. Words filled with doubt cloud the way. But words filled with truth open what no man can shut. To say, I never miss my opportunity, is to walk in alignment with divine rhythm. To say, there is nothing to fear, for my good is prepared, is to open the secret door before you even reach it. The universe listens to your declaration and responds accordingly. Many believe they must fight for their place, wrestle for recognition, or compete for success. But in the spiritual realm, there is no competition. What is yours is marked with your name. It cannot be taken, delayed, or denied, unless you speak words against it. When you speak of lack, you block the door. When you speak of delay, you delay yourself. But when you speak the end from the beginning, the path aligns under your feet. There is a rhythm to the universe. A divine timing, a divine placement, and a divine method. When man aligns with this rhythm, he finds that the door to success does not need to be forced. It opens on approach. It opens because he is ready. The law does not open doors to the unprepared. But the moment man speaks as if he is ready, walks as if he is ready, and obeys as if he trusts the guidance, the door swings wide with no resistance. Success is not something man must make happen. It is something he allows to happen by obeying the laws of spirit. He must believe that the door exists, expect that it will open, and speak the word that affirms it. That is the formula, not through toil, not through stress, but through alignment. The secret door opens to those who prepare their inner state to match the outcome they desire. Faith, obedience, and the spoken word, these are the three keys to that invisible door. Use them, and what once seemed hidden will be revealed. Use them, and success walks in to meet you before you even knock. When man strives, he is saying with his entire being, "It is not here, I must force it to come." He places his desire far from him. He sees himself as separate from the supply. He acts from anxiety, not assurance. And what he believes becomes his experience. His actions are driven by fear, fear of lack, fear of loss, and fear is the great repeller. Fear magnetizes the very conditions he wishes to avoid. It creates a resistance that shuts the door to supply. But when man aligns, he acts from a place of knowing. He becomes still and declares, "My good is already prepared. The divine plan unfolds now. I do not chase, I attract." This is not idleness, this is spiritual activity. It is not the absence of work, but the presence of power. For spiritual power is never frantic, it is calm, sure, and complete. It knows that what is yours will meet you, as surely as day follows night. When man aligns, he removes tension from the process and welcomes grace. The subconscious does not respond to pressure. It responds to belief. It does not yield to fear, it yields to faith. That is why the one who speaks their word with certainty, then rests in divine assurance, sees results far greater than the one who worries, strives, and tries to control outcomes. The subconscious mind, like rich soil, accepts whatever seed is planted. When you plant faith, you harvest abundance. When you plant fear, you reap delay. So many say, "But I must do something," and they begin to scramble, to manipulate, to hurry outcomes. But the spiritual man says, "I do only what I am guided to do. I listen, I obey, and I trust the law to perform the rest." And the results he receives are precise, timely, and perfect. Not because he worked harder, but because he worked in harmony with divine rhythm. He did not create the wave, he allowed himself to ride it. Striving produces effort without direction. Alignment produces movement with purpose. When you are aligned, the right opportunities come with ease. The right people are drawn to you. The right ideas arrive without strain. This is not magic, it is law. The law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, the law of correspondence. All respond to your inner state. If you are aligned with lack, lack appears. If you are aligned with success, success appears. You do not chase it down, it finds you. When man is spiritually aligned, his work becomes joy. His tasks are no longer burdens but divine assignments. Even if he is engaged in simple actions, they carry a current of power. He does not measure progress by the clock, but by clarity. He may rest while others rush and still accomplish more. For he has placed himself in the flow of the infinite, and in that flow, everything moves without friction. The one who strives often speaks of exhaustion. The one who aligns speaks of fulfillment. The one who strives says, "I must keep going or I will fall behind." The one who aligns says, "I walk in divine timing, and all things come when I am ready." That is not arrogance. That is understanding the law. That is knowing that when you are spiritually clear, no opportunity meant for you can pass you by. And if something passes, it was never yours by divine right. The need to strive comes from the illusion that you are alone, that you must make things happen by force. But you are not alone. Infinite intelligence is your silent partner. It prepares the way, arranges the steps, and orchestrates divine connections. When you acknowledge this, you no longer work for success, you work with success. You no longer act from fear of what might not come, but from faith in what is already yours. The invitation is simple: release striving, embrace alignment. Let your words be true, your thoughts be pure, your actions be inspired. Walk in confidence that the divine knows your need, has heard your word, and has already prepared the supply. The more still you become within, the more swiftly your good arrives without. You are not meant to struggle for your blessings. You are meant to receive them as your divine inheritance. And when you align with the truth of who you are and the law that governs all things, you will find that striving ceases and miracles begin. There is a divine idea behind every desire. If a man longs for a higher calling, for expression, for expansion, it is not fantasy. It is spirit whispering of what already exists for him in the unseen. His role is not to force this vision into form by personal will, but to speak it as truth and walk in the faith that infinite intelligence knows the when, where, and how. The universe does not respond to worry. It responds to the spoken word filled with belief. When man declares, "I am ready for my divine opportunity," and it appears now, he is not requesting, he is claiming what already belongs to him by spiritual right. But it is not enough to speak the word. Man must also act when the signal is given. Divine direction is subtle, often wrapped in what seems like ordinary events. A letter, a conversation, an invitation, a cancellation. These may be signs along the path. But if man is asleep to intuition or tangled in fear, he overlooks the opening. He may even reject the very opportunity he prayed for, because it came in unfamiliar garments. Spirit never fails to give guidance. But man often fails to obey without question. He doubts the wisdom of the prompting. He delays, he hesitates, and the window closes. The soul prepared by faith walks forward even when the outcome is not yet visible. That is obedience. It is not passive submission but active trust. Man who walks by faith does not say, "Show me first, then I will act." He says, "I act, because I have spoken, and I know that divine results are assured." The one who hesitates from fear of failure delays his blessing. The one who moves from spiritual certainty quickens the appearance of good. Opportunity does not always look the way man imagines. It may not come dressed in prestige or wrapped in riches. Sometimes it comes as a chance to serve, to give, to speak, or to let go. Spirit sees far beyond the human mind and may lead man through an unlikely door to deliver him to the very place he belongs. The one who insists on opportunity appearing on his terms shuts himself off from divine orchestration. But the one who says, "Infinite Spirit, I accept my right opportunity," whatever form it may take, finds doors open in the most mysterious and perfect ways. The law is precise. When man speaks the word of success and listens for instruction, the law moves to fulfill the word. But the law cannot be tricked. Empty words spoken without faith, or bold affirmations followed by fear-driven action cancel the effect. The law obeys belief, not sound. That is why it is not enough to speak words. You must feel them as true, act upon them, and rest in the knowledge that results are guaranteed. Many miss their opportunity because they prepare for failure. They rehearse disappointment, speak of lack, or hold pictures of defeat in the mind. These vibrations repel the very thing they seek. But the man who prepares for success by dressing the part, thinking the part, and speaking as if it were already done, he becomes a magnet for divine opportunity. He does not wonder if his moment will come. He knows it has already been arranged, and so he meets it, not with surprise, but with recognition. To call forth the right opportunity is to align with the frequency of the outcome desired. The word must be spoken daily. It must be protected from contradiction. It must be lived in action. Each step, no matter how small, becomes a demonstration of faith. Spirit does not bless the lazy or the fearful. It blesses the obedient. The soul that trusts enough to act even before it sees the finish line is the soul that finishes the race. There is no lack of opportunity. There is only a lack of spiritual readiness. The doors are already open, but man must walk toward them with unwavering certainty. He must say, "I do not beg for my chance, I claim it. I prepare for it. I obey the inner nudge without question." In doing so, he finds himself at the exact intersection of timing, purpose, and provision, not by accident but by law, not by effort but by alignment. The right opportunity comes to those who speak it, expect it, and move as though it were already theirs. For in spirit it already is. Many souls live in fear of missing what is meant for them. They watch others succeed and believe they have been passed over. They compare paths, measure timelines, and grieve lost chances. But in truth, what is yours by divine right can never be taken. It cannot be stolen, delayed, or destroyed. It carries your spiritual imprint and will return to you even if you reject it the first time. The law is just and unfailing, and the place that belongs to you is prepared and waiting, not in the outer world first, but in the realm of the unseen. You do not earn it, you recognize it. You do not chase it, you receive it. Man cannot grasp this truth while his eyes are fixed on appearances. Appearances deceive, they say, "That door is closed," or "You have missed your moment," or "Someone else has what you desire." But appearances are temporary shadows cast by old beliefs. They hold no power except what you give them. When man looks beyond appearances to divine law, he sees that his good is still intact, still active, still seeking him. The door that closed was not the right door, or it would have remained open. And if something passed him by, it was not his by spiritual right, or it would have stayed. What is truly his comes with ease, certainty, and lasting peace. The universe is orderly and exact. Infinite intelligence does not make mistakes. It does not overlook you, forget you, or bless others more than you. It responds to your inner state. If you hold fast to the idea that you are in the right place, at the right time, and that nothing good can pass you by, you will find life arranging itself to match that belief. But if you walk in doubt, constantly saying, "What if I never get my chance?" You create a wall between you and the very good you seek. Fear of missing out becomes the very thing that causes you to miss it. When man trusts the spiritual process, he becomes calm. He no longer grasps or rushes. He knows that all is unfolding perfectly, even when the outer world appears still. He does not become anxious when others move ahead. He rejoices, knowing that what is theirs, and what is his is untouched by competition. The principle is this: what belongs to you cannot be blocked, and what is blocked was not yours to begin with. This understanding frees man from envy. He no longer looks at someone else's promotion, success, or relationship and feels left behind. Instead, he says, I bless that good and know my own is on its way. He understands that divine mind operates in perfect timing, and any delay is never punishment. It is preparation. Sometimes the soul is not yet ready to receive. Sometimes what you desire must be refined, or you must be brought to a deeper faith. But when you align with the idea that all is working together for your good, every delay becomes a blessing in disguise. Man must speak daily. What is mine by divine right now flows to me in perfect ways, under grace. He must declare it with strength, not desperation. For when he claims what is his with joy and expectancy, he attracts it. But if he speaks from fear or frustration, he pushes it away. The vibration of fear is like a locked gate. The vibration of faith is an open path. The law does not hear your words alone. It hears your energy, your feeling, your belief. There may be moments when it seems another has taken what you wanted. A position, an idea, a relationship. But remember, the law is spiritual, not human. Nothing truly yours can be lost. Even if an opportunity passes, another will rise in its place, greater than the one before. Divine mind is infinite. There is no shortage of channels. If one path is blocked, another will open. And it will be better, more fitting, more complete, because it will have arrived at the right time, for the right you. Do not let the illusion of missed chances harden your heart. Keep it soft with gratitude and readiness. Say not, I have been denied, but rather, I am being prepared. Say not, it has passed, but rather, it is on its way. In spiritual truth, what is yours, by name, by nature, by divine agreement. Nothing and no one can take it from you. You cannot lose what was written for you by infinite intelligence. Be at peace, walk forward. Bless every experience, even those that seem like failure, for they are only steps on the path to your perfect place. The law is perfect, and it never fails. You do not need to fear being left out. You need only to trust that what is yours is already seeking you, and will meet you at the crossroads of readiness and faith. Speak it, know it, expect it, and it shall appear. Let the striving cease, for your success is not won through struggle but revealed through divine alignment. Let fear fall away, for it has no substance except what you lend it. Let every word you speak be a key, spoken in faith, backed by obedience, and filled with the energy of certainty. The door you thought was hidden is not hidden at all. It is waiting for your voice to call it forth. There is no competition in spirit, no missed opportunity, no soul forgotten. What is yours, by divine right, is already prepared. It comes not through force but through spiritual law. You are not here to chase your destiny. You are here to remember it, to speak it, to live as though it were already done. And when you do, you shall walk through secret doors, into prepared places, with grace on your shoulders and power in your steps. The universe does not delay, it aligns. And as you align your word with your will, your feeling with your faith, your movement with your message, the gates of good shall open wide. Fear not, doubt not, resist not, for the law is perfect and it always fulfills itself. All that you desire is already yours. Speak it, trust it, receive it, and it shall be made manifest, under grace and in perfect ways.